in WoW. I'm like, wow, the plugins are amazing.
Well, anyway, well, welcome everyone to the inaugural edition of Inevitable Tours and Travel. I'm Ahtari, one of your tour co-directors. I would firstly like to thank Grid, who proposed this idea and entrusted with its launch. As for future editions, if you have a place that you think is really great and know very well, why not present the next installment? In that way, we view the series as something of a guild crowdsourced effort. So if, for example, you have a knack for getting around Undercity, which I certainly don't, by all means enlighten us with a presentation as to how to navigate those mysterious circles of green water. Today we tackle Shattrath. Like the Ritsier Dalaran, Shattrath is a sanctuary city, meaning Horde and Alliance metaphorically check their weapons at the door. Shattrath is literally out of this world, located in Outworld, original homeworld of the Orcs, and adopted homeworld of the Draenei. Matt will go into some history and background in greater depth later in the following segment. Leaving Shattrath is a bit easier than arriving because the center area, known as the Terrace of Light, which is where we are standing right now, has portals back to Orgrimmar and Stormwind. There's also a portal to Quell the Nos. As for getting to Shattrath, if you are a mage, you pretty much have it made. Simply learn the portal spell at level 66. The second easiest way to get to Shattrath assumes you have access to the Shrine of Two Moons in Pandaria. If you can get there via Hearthstone, then it's a simple matter to go to the Imperial Mercantile, which is basically the portal room. Take a portal to Shattrath, and you are here. For those of you who do not have those two options, it's a real road trip. You will need to use a portal from either Orgrimmar, Thunder Bluff, Undercity, or Silvermoon City to the Blasted Lands. From Blasted Lands, go through the Dark Portal to Hellfire Peninsula. Once on the other side, take public transportation to Shattrath, or fly there with your own mount if you'd like to take the scenic post-apocalyptic landscape. Now, with a historical perspective, intriguingly balanced with consequences for the future WoW expansion, let's hear from Matt. And if I understand correctly, I will be playing the role of Matt in voice, so that it can be entered into the record. So, Matt, you can start typing whenever you feel ready. Okay, so this is Shattrath. Shattrath is neutral, so you can come here whether you are Horde, we all are, or Alliance. It's kind of the beaten track, but it's a pretty good-sized city. The backstory goes something like this. Once upon a time, there were the Titans, who were good and true and so on, and who left behind a lot of majestic ruins. The Titans were constantly battling demons from the twisted Nether, however, and in a very... Word trails off.
Oh, maybe it's a mystery. Maybe we have to find out for ourselves.
You know, that would be a great sort of word puzzle, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Ooh, and that word was so worth it. Milton-esque. Milton-esque twist. The Titan champion Sargeras turned renegade and became a very bad guy. I like Milton-esque. You don't hear that nearly enough. He tried to take over this race of blue guys with horns who were called the Eridar. Some joined with him and became generals in his demon army, which was called the Burning Legion. The infamous Burning Legion. Some did not join with them, however, and escaped their now demon-infested home planet of Argus and landed on another planet called Draenor, which, as luck would have it, was the home planet of the Orcs.
Orcs came from Draenor?
I'm not sure that was so lucky.
Perhaps I should have intoned.
Was really lucky.
Perhaps I should have intoned more irony into that
statement. Or you supposed to do a little sarcasm in there.
Maybe. Not wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Yeah, I missed my cue there. I need stage directions. I think I do. They changed their name to the Draenei, which means the exiled, founded their capital city of Shattrath, and tried to live in peace with their neighbors. Foreshadowing. The demon bad guys were still after the Draenei, however, and got to them through the orcs, which they tainted by making them drink demon blood.
Ew.
My son... Yeah, really.
Ew.
My son informs me that this is why modern orcs are green. Well, that's like the least of their problems, but okay.
Yeah. For anyone who can't exactly read what's happening on the guild is reacting to that little bit of drink the demon blood. From
That's
nom nom nom.
I think everything that's said before or after will be forgotten. They're just going to remember drinking demon blood.
Yeah.
So eventually, the Burning Legion was trying to invade Azeroth too, and was coming through the Dark Portal, which connects Hellfire Peninsula in Outland to Blasted Lands in Azeroth. There was a huge war, and to make a long story short, most of the Draenei fled Draenor, which had now become the splintered ruin of Outland, and established themselves in Azeroth. The ones who remained in Outland then ran into another race of good guys called the Naru. The Naru are basically intelligent chandeliers who worship light and are very powerful.
And I think we're seeing a shot of an intelligent chandelier.
Intelligent chandelier?
I think so.
Yeah, that's pretty intricate.
If anybody wants to go and poke it, go ahead and check.
I dare you.
And then we're getting something from Ruben saying something about loving intelligent chandeliers.
By all means, taunt the intelligent Waterford crystal chandelier. I'm sure that things will go well. But, right, so later on, an army of Blood Elves were sent to lay Shattrath under siege. But at the last moment, the head Belf swore allegiance to Adal, who is the head honcho of the crystal chandelier people.
Oh, wow. I thought you just made that up. That's actually his text.
That is. So that's why there's a big chandelier guy in the middle of Shattrath, and that's why you have Blood Elves and Draenei living side by side.
We brought a lot of Blood Elves today.
Self-pride.
There you go.
They don't like each other much, but they have both sworn allegiance to the Naru, and they both want to stop the demons of the Burning Legion. They are organized into the Aldor, those are the Draenei, and the Scryers, the Blood Elves. If you stay very long in Shattrath, you will have to ally yourself with one or the other. Why does it matter, you may ask? In a nutshell, the next expansion, Warlords of Draenor, takes place in the past, before the Burning Crusade really takes off, and gives participants a chance to change history and save Draenor/Outland.
Okay.
Shattrath will once again be the home city of the Draenei.
Yay!
Yeah.
Well, no, not
Right
yet.
on the other side.
Oh, I don't know.
Ooh,
Wait a second,
ooh.
we're Horde. Where does that leave us?
Yeah, I mean, it's no longer going to be neutral, right?
Yeah.
Can't be Draenei and, okay.
So it makes you wonder what will happen.
Maybe some major evictions happening, huh?
Uh-huh.
Shattrath of the present, the one big city in Outland, is roughly circular and contains a bank and auction houses for both Horde and Alliance, class and profession trainers, and other amenities. Shattrath is centrally located in Terrakar Forest and provides a handy staging area for Outland adventures. The primary neighborhoods in Shattrath are Terrace of Light, the Aldor Rise, the Scryer's Tier, and the Lower City.
And I just took the view up so that they could.
Oh, okay, great. Are we going to have bird's eye?
But yeah.
Okay,
But then
cool.
I'll take the view back down.
Okay, cool. Very cool.
So does it seem that this is the Shattrath landed here, or is this a duplicate?
That's a good question. Can Carvaggio hear that question?
No.
Okay.
No. Okay. Well. And I'm also curious about this little miniature city in the middle here.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
It looks like Dalaran, doesn't it, though? If you come over and take a look at it.
You raise an interesting point. Let's see what comes up in the text. The Terrace of Light is in the middle of the city, and it contains portals to Stormwind and Orgrimmar, as well as trainers for all classes. There's also a gear vendor for the Shattrath that accepts justice points. The Aldo Rise and Scryer's tier contain inns, as well as faction-specific profession trainers and resources. We might get the response, pay no attention to the mini-city in the middle.
Yeah. And we're like, but it's right in the middle, right under the intelligent chandelier.
I don't know what you're talking about. Look at the chandelier. Focus all your energy on the chandelier. Okay. So he responds, those are the Naru.
Sunwell Plateau.
Oh, I never noticed that.
Yeah. And we have a Tauren standing on the glass dome of the miniature.
Wow. Those Tauren.
But hold on. Chris got a great shot of it. Look.
Okay.
It's a great screenshot.
Nice. Almost looks like Minecraft.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, there's parts of it that are just looking like Dalaran to me.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the tower.
I think the part in the middle could be like, future home of the Sunwell Plateau mini mall. That's what I'm thinking. The mock-up.
I thought it was a landing pad.
Oh, that would have been cooler, I admit. So the coolest vendors are to be found in the lower city. General goods dealer Arai, for example, carries 20 slot bags for mining, enchanting, engineering, and gems, among other things.
And Grid, that's where you can get your souvenir in the lower city.
Gaining reputation with the lower city will give you access to some neat transmog pieces from Nakodu, the lower city quartermaster. Grifta's amazing amulets offer up silly treasures like Hula Girl doll for gold.
And Cam just typed in outlet mall.
Yeah.
Yes, it sort of has that feel. It's a good analogy. Unusual tailoring vendors exist for items such as mooncloth and shadow weave. Kevin Browning sells cups of black coffee. The World's End Tavern serves up drinks and is staffed by more unusual vendors like Harris Pilton, who sells flashy jewelry, and 22 and 24 slot bags for gold. Does not mention whether it comes with a miniature chihuahua for the bag, but oh.
So Kim is sharing her screen of the lower city.
Oh, okay,
Great.
let me grab that.
Great.
She's down there.
Okay,
in
there we go.
the Shopping mall.
Whoa, I'm struggling though. My computer is maxed out here.
There is also a vendor for nether drakes nearby, but you cannot buy one until completing the quest chain and gaining reputation. Thanks for listening and enjoy.
Hey, Carvaggio.
Yes, indeed. So this might be a little awkward, but I'm going to thank myself for giving us that view of Shattrath past, present, and future.
Thank you, Ahtari.
Thanks. Yes.
And it leads right into yours, Ahtari, about
Yes, it'll be
communication.
seamless. The people that don't know me will think I have some kind of personality disorders. Like, oh, I've heard of having alts, but not at the same time on the same hangout. That's a little extreme. But in any case, let me see here. Okay, I'm going to say just a word or two about the two main factions here in Shattrath, as Matt already gave a very good explainer. Choosing a side can have unintended consequences. I chose the Aldor, which is somewhat counterintuitive for a Blood Elf, but I like the fact that the designers gave you that choice. I decided I liked the backstory for the Aldor more, and having the freedom to interact with the story in a way that might seem random to some was great. As an example of unforeseen consequences, I wanted to buy a certain pattern which was sold by only a scryer. Since every time I do something for the Aldor, I became more hated by the scryers, this basically meant the vendor would not interact with me. And I can't remember now, but I may have killed him. I can't, it was kind of a blur. It was
Does
kind
that
of a blur.
help or hinder you? I have to ask.
Yeah, that's an interesting moral question that I don't know. It's open to interpretation. It wasn't a crucial thing, but I felt that at both the narrative and practical level, it provided an interesting wrinkle. Shattrath is the best jumping off point if you are in pursuit of a Nether Ray mount, which is the mount that I'm on right now, as well as Grid. I have the red one, and she has a beautiful purple one.
Oh, let's look at that.
Yeah, I'll
Let's
switch
screen
to
share.
Grid. Oh, okay. I have Grid right now. So Grid, take
Yay.
it off your shot.
Okay.
Nice.
I've sort of centered mine as well. Great in any color. I read somewhere that, and I don't know if this is a bug or an intended thing, that the red one does not have glowing eyes. And looking at mine, that is true. The ones on mine do not glow. So who knows if that will be corrected in the future, or if red is just so awesome that having blinking eyes would just be overkill. I don't know. So at this point, we can go to the main staging area where you would do the basically massive amounts of killing to gain rep with the Skyguard. Would you like to follow me, or how should we handle that?
Yeah, we'll follow you.
Okay, very good.
You'll be on the red one.
Exactly.
Well, maybe I should mount up first.
I have the image of you running after it, not quite.
I was running. Very
Wait for me. I'm going to give you an overview of the map. If you look at my screen, we're going to the southeast. If you see a lake next to a label called Sketis, that is largely where the hunting grounds for our quarry will be. So that's where we're heading. We could take public transportation to about halfway through. I found that it's almost not worth it. So we're just going to fly there all the way on our own. And if we are ready, I will head out. Okay, I'm assuming at this point anyone that's coming is behind me, or?
I'd assume that.
Okay, let's just go with that.
Yeah, I'm
on
following
my
your
way.
screen.
I was going to say, anyone flying after you is level 60 or higher.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. And let me see. As we, Thunkin really took the initiative. She's way ahead. Wow, nice going.
She's going to the fishing hole to get ready for her presentation.
I see.
And
Very
it just
nice.
happens to be in the same place.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
We'll wave as we pass by the way.
Okay.
I forgot you were here, Thunkin.
She was being very diligent in preparation. So a couple of words here about the whole process of getting one of these mounts. There are players who claim to have earned exalted status with the Ahtari Skyguard, in a very short amount of time. My understanding is that requires a lot of Red Bull and very little sleep, and that's just not the way I do things. So I took it a lot easier, and it did take more of a longer time, but I maintained my sanity, so that's important too.
So are we looking for the Terex Rest?
We are looking for Blackwind Landing is the actual name of the...
Blackwind Lake. Okay, yep, I'm here.
Okay, all right.
That's the lake, but...
And this is basically the camp for the Shattrath Skyguard. Okay, so we're here. Again, this whole area, by the way, is accessible only via a flying mount. So you really need to fly to get here. As you saw, we scaled basically a large mountain, and as Blue indicated before, you cannot rappel here. So you basically do need a flying mount. Another option to get here, not on manual, would have been to overshoot and to go over to Shadow Moon Valley, but that would have meant coming back and scaling another mountain from a different perspective, and that's a little confusing, so I chose not to do that here. So let me give you an overview of the main quest chain. A detailed explanation would take a very long time, as it's very involved. You may have heard of some trippy quests in WoW. To me, this ranks as one of the trippiest and most psychedelic. One thing is for certain, you will be killing many, many bird people called Arakoa. They shamble about, squawking, and in very elaborate robes. They're very hard to miss. And their death squawks might haunt you at night, so be forewarned. If you go online... Excuse me. You earn the most amount of rep by killing a summoned Arakoa tyrant called Terok, and that's where I'm assuming where we get the name of the Terokar Forest. To do that, you need to summon 4 other lesser bosses and take a token from each one and take it to an imprisoned Arakoa called Hazik. Now, I'm looking right at him, but I'm not sure if everyone's attuned, but there is basically an Arakoa in a cage. And once you take these things to him, he will give you the ability to summon a Tarok, and that's where you get most of your rep. Now, in order to summon these 4 bosses, you need articles called Time-Lost Scrolls. And where do you get these? From a special kind of Arakoa called Time-Lost Skedus. However, since they are time-lost, they are ordinarily invisible to you. To see them, you will need to collect 6 Shadow Dust and deliver them to a Skyguard medic called Severin, who is right over here. He will then give you something called an Elixir of Shadows that allows you to see the time-lost Skedus for about 20 minutes. During that time, your vision gets a little green, a little fuzzy, and you've obviously taken something very mind-altering, but you will be able to see the time-lost Skedus. You cannot miss them. They basically look like regular Arakoa, but they have a ghost-like transparency. The 4 minor bosses give you 100 rep each. Killing Tarok himself gives you 500. You can repeat this chain from drinking the elixir to killing the bosses to killing Tarok as many times as you wish, in succession if you want. This is, I'm assuming, where the Red Bull might come in handy. Let's see. When you are flying around Skedus, and it's very Indiana Jones, you're basically, these are birds, so they live in trees and they have bridges connecting one to the other, and so you're basically on a rampage, jumping all over the place, chasing them down, and trying to kill as many as you can. You might run into an imprisoned Skyguard who is in a cage. If you liberate him and escort him to safety, that will give you, I believe, 150 rep. The spawn points for this cage are random, to the point where I never thought it was really worth my effort to stake one out. It was just something I happened to do. As for what ordinary mobs give you in terms of rep with the Skyguard, I found the best rule of thumb while in Terokar Forest is to kill anything that squawks or chirps. And that'll be about 5 or 10 each. In terms of local color, the chatter amongst the NPCs has a Top Gun/officer and a gentleman ethos. In terms of getting an ego boost from NPCs, this quest chain cannot be beat. Once you've achieved great things for them, they will often say to one another, "That Ahtari is no longer a nugget," or they say that Ahtari has never been shot down. It's quite funny, and considering that you spend a lot of time here, the little levity is much appreciated. There are some daily quests that serve to break up the monotony. Over here we have Sky Sergeant Doran. He is my preferred daily, which is fires over Skedus. which basically involves him giving you some charges that you launch from your mount onto some monstrous Kaleri eggs. This will grant you 350 reputation with the Skyguard. It's a nice change of pace from being stuck on the ground hunting the birds. Let's see. And that is the basic overview for getting a rep with the Skyguard. Again, it took me a couple of months, but if you want to go harder core, you certainly can. Once you do get the rep, you can go to the quartermaster who will sell you the reins to the color of your choice. And if you want a bit of a preview of the different colors, there are two up here at the landing area, a purple and a green,
Ooh.
and some more down here. Just look around, and when you're ready to buy, go to the quartermaster. And now, for all you pet lovers out there, Zinnia will give us her report on some choice pets she's picked up in the area. So take it away.
Great, thanks, Ahtari. I'm back here at the Terrace of Light, so I don't know if people want to start flying back this way.
Oh, do you want to share your screen?
Yes, I will.
I can make a portal.
Oh, good idea, Grid.
That is great. It's good to be a mage.
So I'm standing here with our three little newbies, protecting them
That is so cool.
in neutral ground. And I was going to actually take you on a little tour, but I'm going to skip that just because I feel like we're running late, and I'm going to share information with you instead. So one of the things that's really cool here is the fishing daily, which can grant you a pet.
Group. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, Grid, wrong group.
Yes.
No. Both Grid and I put our portals practically on top of each other. So, guys, if you click on one side and it says you're not in the group, click on the other side.
Oh.
Dueling portals.
I thought that could lead to like interdimensional collapse.
Yeah.
We're fortunate.
I'm sorry.
That sounds really
Unfortunate.
dangerous.
Very.
So the fishing daily here, you can actually earn pets with. They offer 4 different little alligators. And to get to the fishing daily, you just go either across this bridge that you can see on my screen, or from the lower city, there's a little thing that looks like a cave. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. And it's a little bit sort of northeast of the city, and the guy is on a lake that sounds lovely. It's Slimmery Lake, and his name is Old Mr. Barlow, Old Man Barlow, and he'll give you a quest that's called Crocodilus in the City, and you have to go back to Orgrimmar and fish in the goblin slums, and you get a baby crocodilus that you bring back to him. And then he gives you a bag of treasures that will have a pet in it for you. So I'm going to show you one of the little pets. Get him out for you here. So I think I have a Toothy. Here he is. So they're all little alligators. And the pet trainer here, if you go to him for the pet daily, you have to fight these little alligators. He has 3 of them, and they're tough because they have really big jaws. So they do what they call chomp. But they're a level, I think they're like 23 if I remember right.
Oh.
And you would want to use all flying pets. Grid, have you done that?
No.
No.
He's a beast? Not a critter?
He is aquatic.
Oh, aquatic.
Yeah, and he's pretty scary looking, I think. I wouldn't want him in my sewer. That's the idea.
Sure.
He's in the goblin sewers. Also, I think that Shattrath has the best pets to get during Children's Week. I'm going to just show you my favorite that I got this year, which is Egbert. And he's just adorable. I think he's coming. He might be somewhere near me. Over here. Look how cute this little guy is. And Children's Week just ended, but you can get, I think, the best pets over here in this orphanage. The way Children's Week works is there's 3 different orphanages. He runs away. He just ran away. I wonder where he went. But, oh, here he comes. See him coming back. He's very cute. There's 3 different orphanages. There's one here, one in Orgrimmar, and one in Dalaran. But I think the one here has the cutest pets. You can get this one. You can get like a weird-looking floating eye, and you can get one that looks like a water strider and a little elephant. So I think that next year, if you didn't do Children's Week and you're into pets, this is the place to come. And also here you can get a wild pet that you can only get here. Let me find him. It's a warp stalker. And there he is right there. And he's a really cool looking little white guy.
And we're getting some chatter back with Shemai saying that he loves Egbert. And it's one of his first pets.
Oh, and he's my most recent. But I think this little guy is really cute. He's a little warp stalker. Yeah, and Stephen is saluting him. That's really, and kneeling before Egbert. I like how the new people are learning all the little emotes.
Yes.
It's really cool. And the last thing that I just wanted to share with you that I was able to get here is a hunter pet that I'm going to bring out. And it's a big purple, if you like purple, it's a big purple basilisk. Ooh, and I'll try to get him to come in to pose for you. Still not great with the camera. Pretty. But isn't he pretty?
Yeah.
Kind of scary looking, but pretty. He looks good with the warp stalker out.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a question asking, where do you get that one? And I'm assuming that there.
I tamed it right here, right outside the city in the forest. In fact, down by the fishing daily. He comes in green also, but I like the purple. So speaking of fishing, we're going to head over to Kim, who's going to screen share. She's on location. Take it away, Kim.
Okay. Am I not screen sharing right now?
You are. It's beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got it.
And I have sunk because my raft ran out of time. So give me a moment here. I'm going to tell you about a great
Well,
pet.
you're supposed to type that in chat to your producer.
Maybe I can. There we go. Okay.
And then your producer stalls for you. And
Okay.
Okay, so I'm at the same lake that Ahtari took us to, I believe. Let's see what Blackwind. I can't see the whole name of it up there. There are 3 lakes. There are 3 lakes that are very high elevation-wise, but they are southeast of the city of Shattrath, where you can fish to try to get Mr. Pinchy. Mr. Pinchy is a big crawdad, and he gives you you can only catch him about once out of every 500 casts.
what?
Yeah,
Wow.
He's hard to get. But when you get him, he gives you 3 wishes. And one of the wishes gives you the magical crawdad pet. You can maybe see mine right beside me there.
I want to see it.
Yes, there
Oh,
he is.
look at him.
Isn't he cute? And from what I've read, I've only gotten mine to level 5, but from what I've read, if you level him up to, how high do pets go, 20? And he's
25.
quite fierce. 25, he's quite fierce and hard to beat. So you have to be able to fly to get to these lakes that are elevated. I'm going to try to share the map. Let's see. Let me change what I'm sharing.
I'm so glad I'm in this guild. It's such a great guild.
Here we go.
You have it? Just go ahead and refresh.
Okay, I've got a little spinning beach ball. The little Mac is overwhelmed. There we go. Do you see it now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Whoops. So there's the city up here, and here's one of these. Whoops. I really want to be this one. There we go. The city is up here, And these dots are where this Mr. Pinchy has been caught. And I'm in this lake right down here right now. So you catch him. He grants you 3 wishes. There's a 4-hour wait between wishes, and there's only a 20% chance each wish that you'll get this crawdad.
Oh my goodness! So you could catch it and not get Mr. Pinchy?
Yes, you could cast your line 1,000 times and not get him. And then when you do get him, you only have a 60% chance that he'll actually give you the pet. So I'm quite proud to have this little guy.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
great job.
It also sounds like it's a math problem you can set to your students.
Yeah, and I'm sure I didn't do the math correctly, so let's just sort of glaze over that and move on. So I was going to tell you about farming and so forth, but basically you need to be in the high 60s to farm in this region. You need to be able to fly, and you need to be about halfway through your level. You need to be in the 275 to 375 level in your various professions to be able to use the things that are here. So that's Shattrath.
Great. Thank you, Kim.
Sure.
And now I have to spend 4 hours fishing to get him right.
I spent a weekend working on this, and I think just every time we were watching TV, I just continually fished and fished and fished. And I'd go to these pools, and when I used up this pool, I'd go to the next one. I tried all 3 lakes, but really the big lake had like 9 or 10 pools, and so it just served me better to stay here. And there was always at least one active pool, so it probably took 6 or 8 hours. But what else am I going to do with my time?
And you got it, which was the main point, so that's great.
Very cool. Exactly. So I just want to remind people of what Ahtari said at the beginning, is that these tours are open for anyone to lead. The guild will support you, and it's been really fun for us to put it together.
Absolutely.
And if someone else leads a tour, we'll come to yours.
Yeah. Absolutely, and thank you everyone. The turnout was really great, and an extra special thanks to those of you that came from Second Life. WoW can be very disorienting just coming in cold like that, and so you should get an achieve just for that, for coming in with very little preparation and being led by some of the bigs here. That shows a lot of effort, and so we appreciate that. And again, yes, if you have your own ideas for a future tour, go ahead and get one going. You have the technology. It's within everyone's reach, and we would love to see it, what you do with it. So thanks again, everyone.
Good night, betrayers. Watch your back.
That's right. Always watch your back. If you learn nothing else today, watch your back.
Yeah, watch your back. Okay. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.